Just give me a countdown. Welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm Neil Armstrong. Wally Lowry will be here shortly. Diamond Dave Hennigan on the camera. And tonight we have spring game action, the Trojan Classic. The Charles Henderson Trojans are going to take on the Robert E. Lee Generals here tonight in Troy, Alabama. And it's a humid night. The temperatures dropped off just a little storm came through, which made the humidity jump up. But captains for the Trojans tonight, number 2, Jawan Boyd, and number 8, Damian Hart. And while we get this coin toss going, let's run a little preview video of the Trojans season to come.
I've always started with 3 goals. Win the first game, win the region, win the playoffs.
Yeah. They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king.
Brandon Givens, who's one of the strongest kids on the team, very quiet, very reserved, that does every single thing I ask him to do and more. You have Stephon Mosley, who's a kid that, nobody won't know about now. But after the spring game in the season, he'll be a kid that's going to be at the top of a lot of people's radar.
Give me the crown. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name.
Khalil Carson is one of those guys that's about to be a senior that has worked extremely hard to make sure everything, goes the way he wants it to go.
They all want the name.
Get up there, let's go.
Parker Adams, my quarterback, he's grown to be more mature, and he takes care of the ball this spring. Damian Hart, the middle, the anchor, the heart and soul of the defense, my Mike Backer.
Every day, not I top 5, I'm a big shot. I'm the one that want to take the big shots, big balls, big rings.
Jawan Boyd, who I would put against anybody in the state of Alabama as the best athlete in 5A. We have Zion Grady, 6'4", 230-pound 9th grader, going into sophomore year. That's big, strong, physical, and he makes sure that he anchors that D line. He's one of the best. He played 6 games last year and had 60 tackles and 6 sacks and 10 tackles for loss. And he was a freshman. He was 14 years old doing all that. So he's going to be a guy that going to do what he needs to do to make sure that his team is successful. Our youth and maturity are going to flip this year. We were very young last year. We're actually going to be pretty young this year. But that was a con last year. The pro in that is, we get everybody back and they have a year of experience. We were a little weak last year, so they've attacked the weight room pretty strong. And, I think we're going to have a pretty good, football season from, what I've gathered and what I've learned and their perseverance through this spring.
We are not the same. They ain't got us running through these things. Make way for the king.
Hope you enjoyed that little video. The Trojans win the toss and defer their selection to the second half, so Robert E. Lee will possess the ball first. Nick Pearson will kick it off. We're dead here on the spring kicks. Ball goes through the end zone for a touchback anyways. Number 13, Nick Pearson, the junior, has a big foot. We're looking forward to a big year from him. Like I said, Trojans win the coin toss. They defer their selection to the second half. Robert E. Lee Generals will go on offense first. And let me go ahead and get some of these defensive starters out there for you. Zarian Mack, number 27. Number 5, Quade Grimes. Number 23, Brian McKinney. Number 11, Khalil Carson. Number 22, Saquon Fagg. And they will start 1st and 10 from the 25. That's where the Generals will take it. Number 62 across the front on the right side there. That is Jalen Sudduth. And, of course, number 8, the captain for the Trojans, Damian Hart in the middle. 1st and 10 Generals. First play of the Spring Classic for the Trojans. Straight dive play up the middle. Trojans ball it up pretty good. Number 6, Zion Grady, had the first shot at him in the backfield, missed him, but backtracked and was able to help get him down. Robert E. Lee plows forward for 3.5 yards, bring up 2nd and 6.5 for the Generals. Just a vanilla handoff right up the middle on the first play. Trojans trying to get set here, and they do. A little power play off the right side. Trojans bust it up. Good gang tackling by that Trojan front right there. Much better on that one. Grady, number 6 again, in on the play. And also number 5, Quay Grimes, in on the stop. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, Lee Generals on the opening series of the Trojan Classic here at Memorial Stadium. And they're going to throw it deep here. And the Trojans tip it. This is number 23, Brian McKinney, with great coverage as the Generals throw it 25 yards down the field down the left side. But McKinney jumps way high and gets a hand on it. I thought for a minute, guys, that he had stopped short and wasn't going to be able to get up high enough to get a hand on it, but he did. Great defensive stop, 3 and out for the Trojan defense to start this game. So immediately, Coach Hambright is a pat on the back for deferring the toss after he won the coin toss, and 3 and out for the Generals. So good call on the coin toss from Coach Hambright. You know, you never know how that's going to turn out. You know, when you defer your selection to the second half and you give the other team the ball, you just hope that your defense gets in there and gets you a 3 and out. And that's exactly what the Trojan defense has done. 3 and out for the Generals, and the Trojans will get it. Dead kick here in the spring. And they kick it just past midfield and at the 46-yard lines. And all that bumping and jumping you hearing is my partner is now in the house with number 2, Jawan Barker, on the catch at the 46-yard line. The Trojans will have it 1st and 10. Better late than never, Lowry.
I'm telling you.
7:01, you're in the building.
Glad to be here. I did listen to you and watch you on TC2.
All right.
On the way here.
Good deal. So. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 3 and out for the Generals. First offensive possession for the Trojans. Parker Adams and company. We'll try to get some of these numbers of starters. Number 2, Jawan Boyd at the bottom of your screen. Trips left to start this series. Coleman at your running back position, and Parker Adams at quarterback.
Neil, I hadn't seen the white helmet since you and I played.
White helmets, white jerseys, and white pants, and white shoes, Wally. I like it.
Looked like Penn State there for a second.
Yeah. Number 4 is Zach Coleman off the left hip of Parker Adams on this first play for the Trojans, the spring game. Parker keeps it, throws it down the seam, hits him in the hands. Number 16, Zach Beatty, just got afraid of being hit by the safety, got what we call the short arms.
Yeah.
Look, Mr. Beatty, you're going to get hit whether you catch it or not, so you might as well catch it, right? Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, it is.
But he looked at that safety, and that was all it took for him to drop that ball, was to take his eyes off the ball and look at that safety, and it was plain as day. He looked at that safety like, oh, my gosh, I'm about to get lit up, and then he dropped it. So he'll learn from that. Just a spring game right here. Number 15 in motion, Wally, that's Will Templin in the slot. Little swing pass to the running back. Coleman off the flank. He's got room. He's crossed the 50, 40, 35, all the way down to the 30. Just a toss sweep in my book, Wally. Now, he threw it overhand.
Yeah.
He threw it overhand, so Parker will get credit for a forward pass, and that'll help his statistics. But in my book, that's just the old toss sweep.
Tell you what, great blocking by that line.
It was a really good blocking by the Trips receivers on that side, which helped Coleman get released. 5 wide, no running backs on this play. Now Coleman motions in the backfield off the left hip of Parker Adams, and he will give it to him around that side. And nowhere to go around that right side, just trying his best to get back to the line of scrimmage. And a defensive lineman from Robert E. Lee just blew that play up. Coleman had to run backwards 6 yards to get away from him, and that play was dead.
Man.
You gotta at some point put your foot in the ground and take your losses and go forward.
Go forward. You're right about that.
2nd and 14, we'll call it.
And he'll see that on film, Neil. And
he will. The coaches will coach him up.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't going to outrun a 7A program by running backwards 6 yards to miss one guy. Coleman again off the left hip. Adams fakes it to him, swings it out to Carson, number 11. He's got room. He's inside the 20, and we're going to have a hold right there at the 20 on the Trojans. But this is number 11, Khalil Carson from Parker Adams. Good throw, good catch, good scheme.
Yes.
Good blocking, but the Trojans are going to be flagged for holding right at about where the yard to gain is, so that'll back it up 10 from the spot, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Because the flag was right at about the 18-yard line right there, Wallow.
Yeah, and the umpire's walking it off.
So we'll call it 2nd and 10. They'll replay 2nd down, so we netted 4 yards out of that.
Yep.
8:57 left, first quarter. And they step off the holding against the Trojans, and it was a good call. It was a good call. The wide receivers will learn how to let go when that defender starts to go left and right, so that jersey starts getting pulled.
Yeah. Neil, I think about the history of Robert E. Lee under Spence McCracken, you know, all those big.
Yes,
big
before he went over to Lee County.
Exactly. Unreal with that program.
Yep.
No, one time it was number 1 in the nation.
Yep. Adams looking way out to his right, overshoots Khalil Carson, and Adams just misfired on that one. And, you know, that happens. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10, and Parker's setting. He's setting into the game too. His nerves are running high, and so that can happen in the first drive. First game of the year, spring game, by the way. 0-0 here, 8:42 first quarter. Charles Henderson Trojans in the all white. Robert E. Lee in the all red. Looks like Penn State versus Indiana.
It sure does. It sure does.
3rd and 10.
I like the look.
Adams surveys, throws it deep on the right side. He's got Boyd out there, but it is double coverage, and Boyd was unable to outman 2 Robert E. Lee defenders.
Yeah, great.
We're in go for it territory, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Spring game, you better believe it, unless he wants to see what
Pearson's coming out.
Pearson's going to do on the field.
Boy, he's going to give him a big-time attempt right here, Wally. Let's see where that holder puts the ball down. Line of scrimmage is about the 28-yard line, so that's going to be 38. We'll call it 40, about a 44-yarder maybe, if I'm doing my math correctly.
Well, I talked to Nick at the ball field the other day,
Yeah.
the baseball field, and asked him,
What's his
your
range?
distance now?
You
He goes, I can get consistency from 50.
From 50.
50.
Now, that's in practice with nobody pushing him.
Yeah.
So we'll see here. They're going to spot it down at the 34-yard line. Wally, this will be a 44-yard attempt. Nick Pearson, the junior for the Trojans. And, of course, nobody coming here, just his own players out there. Let's see if he can make one. Snap's good, holds down. Kick is up. Looks a little left. It was left. Just a little left. Little nerves. Big stadium, big game. Robert E. Lee, 7A in the house. Nick, a little nervous. So the Trojans get 3, maybe 4 really good positive plays and move the ball deep into Robert E. territory, but unable to score. The penalty on the holding on the pass play was big, and the drop pass was big, but the Trojans had a positive drive.
Exactly. And I tell you, going to defense now, we got a lot of returning starters from last year. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you covered that right in the beginning of the program.
I didn't. Yeah, the Trojans were really young on defense last year, and these guys have grown up a little bit. Little flank off this right side. Trojans hit him at the line of scrimmage, but he is able to bull his way forward as number 5, Quay Grimes, with the stop. But he leaned forward for 2 after they had him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
2nd and 8. I myself, Wally, in that idea where you said we had a lot coming back on defense, thought we would play really well on defense this year. The only big missing piece from defense this year is Jackson West.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty good offensive line coverage. Holding the Trojans out right there. There's a flag. It's going to be holding against Robert E. Lee. I presume holding against Robert E. Lee, unless one of our defensive linemen got a hand up in the face mask or something. But I presume it's going to be holding on Robert E. Lee, and that might have been the reason we didn't get any pressure on the quarterback.
Probably so.
The quarterback was able to scramble free and hit a running back out of the backfield, which we had failed to cover, and he was at least 25 yards down the field before the Trojans knocked him out of bounds. But like we just talked about, it was holding against Robert E. Lee in the backfield. and the Trojans will take that penalty. They'll replay second down. It'll be second and a long second. Hope you enjoyed tuning in. Troy Cable will be bringing you all the Trojan Classics games tonight and tomorrow. This is game 1, Charles Henderson versus Robert E. Lee out of Montgomery, Alabama. 5 wide for Robert E. Lee. No running backs here. Trojans really spread out on this play on defense. Straight drop.
That's another hole if they wanted to call it.
You can call it. Across the middle, he's open. And big play there from Robert E. Lee all the way out to about the 46-yard line. And there is a flag. Did we late hit the quarterback, or did they get him for holding? Did you see?
Well, the holding I saw, it was late. But it looks like I might have illegal man downfield.
That's what it is, Wally. I see the signal now. And when your quarterback is scrambling like that, as an offensive lineman, you think, oh, I need to help him. He's trying to run.
Yeah.
So they start running forward looking for people to block, and then he pulls up and throws it. So you can't – I mean, that's a hard deal on an offensive lineman because they want to get down there and help block for him. They'll replay second down after the illegal man downfield.
Yeah, well, now Robbie Lee is second in Zion Chapel. They got a ways to go.
Yeah, we'll call it second and 23. Second and 23.
Good to hear the Blue Machine out here. We got everybody, cheerleaders, Blue Machine.
Yeah, again, we want to thank everybody for watching the C-Spire Troy Cable Jamboree here in Veterans Memorial Stadium. Several games on tap for tomorrow. Second 23. Trojans defense 3 and out the first time, but Robert E. Lee hanging a little tougher this time. Ball down the right side, underthrown.
We got it.
Simultaneous. And it looks like the Trojans have intercepted the ball. Number 22, Wally, Saquon Fagg with the interception. He is a senior this year, and we watched him grow up last year, Wally. At the beginning of the year, we watched him get burnt, and by the end of the season, we have watched him grow into a defensive back that was actually helping the defense and making big plays. And right here in the spring game, he's at it again. First and 10 Trojans after the turnover. They will start this drive in general territory at the 47-yard line of the Lee Generals.
Just a great read by Fagg, and hey.
That's right.
Come up with a token. That's all you care about, ain't it?
Wally, help me call these offensive line names. They're the only ones I hadn't called so far. I see 77, 56, Benton Dunn, 70. Sterling Sharp, number 77. 54, that's Zamir Caffey, the 11th grader. Yeah. Who's my right guard and right tackle, Wally?
It looks like, is that Jamie Maddox, 51?
Just can't see from this angle. It's going to be a quick swing pass out to the right. Good positive play by Khalil.
But 65 is Philip Clark.
Okay. And then Kinston Sharp, number 55 as well.
I mean, Philip Scott. I apologize for that.
Man, that was a nice-looking throw and catch right there. Parker Adams just took the snap and as fast as he could do it, just turned to the right and hit Khalil Carson out in the flats. And the two other offensive wide receivers that were out there did a good job just getting in the way of their guys so that Carson could split them.
Yep. The middle.
Coleman ahead. He picks his hole. He sees a big hole. Coleman ran the ball really hard last year as a freshman. And until tomorrow or until Tuesday, he's still a freshman. But he'll be classified as a sophomore next year. This is the big running back for the Trojans, number 4. And Zach Coleman.
Great blocking by that line that we called out.
It was. First and 10 from the 15. Coleman around the right side. Tried this play earlier, and it didn't work. And the same results. Same guy, number 15, twice has blown up the handoff around the right side. So something to look at the film at halftime and get that figured out. Loss of 2 on the play. Second and 10 from the 17-yard line of the Lee Generals.
What would you go with down here on second down? A little flip pass again?
I stand up and throw it to Carson right here on the left side and tell him to take off running toward the sideline. Carson's in the slot on the left side, and if we just stood up and threw it to him and tell him to take off running,
yep,
he could outrun that guy to the sidelines.
Kind of like what old Rufus
Yep.
Cox used to do.
Adams looking. He's got Carson. Hits. Oh! That's 2 drop passes for the Trojans here tonight. And
You called it?
we had problems with the drops last year, and I hope that's not something that plagues us this year.
Ooh. Hope Coach Hambright can go and get us a couple camps to go to.
Yeah, that was Zach Beatty that time, Wally, number 16, with the Crisco on his hands that time, with the butter on his hands. And that was one of those balls that was just kind of floating in the air. It was almost what we call too easy. You know, if one of those is just simple, sometimes hard to catch. Down the seam.
Oh, good play by
Good
the
play by the defensive back. Well, you're exactly right. What'd you see there?
Ooh, man, he come around and just threw his left hand out there, kind of awkward, but got it down. Good play by the Generals.
Yeah, number 11, Khalil Carson put his best move on that guy too, and he was unable to shake him. And Pearson's coming on again. Let's see if Pearson can make it 50% on the night. Split one down the uprights. Yeah, if Beatty catches that little floater, Wally, he's well inside the 10, and maybe we're looking at 3rd and 3.
Yeah.
Instead of 3rd and 12. Pearson lines up for a 34-yarder. Gets a better foot into this one. I think that one's right down the middle, my man.
It is.
3-0 Trojans. 4:35 left first quarter. Robert E. Lee in the all-red, Charles Henderson in the all-white here at the C-Spire Troy Cable Jamboree. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast. Wally Lowry, I'm Neil Armstrong, Diamond Dave Hennigan, and here tonight bringing this to you. We hope you enjoy it. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
The City of Troy Environmental Services has recently upgraded our traditional garbage trucks for the modern one-arm garbage trucks. But we need help from the great citizens of Troy. Place your garbage and recycling can at the curb with the handles and wheels facing your house and the lid opening facing the street. Place cans 3 feet from the curb and 3 feet beside your recycling can. Place cans 10 feet away from mailboxes, electrical poles, or vehicles. Please do not place leaves or sticks in cans. Do not place trash on top of cans.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a...
Back to the action, 3-0 Charles Henderson. During the commercial break, Nick Pearson made a dead kickoff, and it was about 5 yards deep in the Troy end zone. It hit at the beginning of the white R in the Troy end zone. Great kickoff from Nick Pearson. So it was dead anyway on the kickoff. Robert E. Lee will scrimmage 1st and 10 from their 25. Wally, 3 and out from the defense on the first one. Interception on the second one. What we got here?
I tell you what, with 3 on the front and fresh legs, I see a lot of good things.
Deep out pattern, Wally, and the quarterback just overthrew everybody. I like you thinking there.
Well, you know, I'm looking at the roster, and again, this is just a spring game, so you really don't know a lot. But like Benton Dunn, who did a lot of defensive schemes last year, I don't see him out there.
Yeah, Zarian Mack, number 27, is playing his spot right in the middle, Wally. He's a 10th grader.
Yeah, so just talking to the gang.
You know, that keeps the wind in Benton.
Exactly. You talk to the gang, and they tell you, hey, we got more people out, and they can rest a little more. And that's going to be good down this stretch come fall. 2nd and 10.
Quarterback out the left. He hits a crossing route, and he's got first down yardage. Trojans don't have him down yet. And I'll call that a little bootleg.
Yeah.
That was a little bootleg action. And the slot receiver on the right side kind of followed the bootleg all the way across the field. And the quarterback let him. Good job by the quarterback on letting that receiver clear. You know, he was behind the linebackers for a long time, but then he cleared, and then he threw it to him. So nice job by Robert E. Lee right there. Their initial first down for Robert E. Lee the other night, 1st and 10 at the Lee 40. Power off the right side. Hit in the backfield by number 27, Zarian Mack. But the running back was able to spin off that hit and get about 2.5 yards on the play. Khalil Carson, the wide receiver, checking in at defensive back. So some guys are going both ways. Jawan Boyd's going both ways.
I'm assuming your skill players will be going both ways.
Throwing it deep, Robert E. Lee.
Oh, he's got a.
And he hits him. Down around the Trojan 25-yard line. The catch is made by number 1 for Robert E. Lee, and I apologize, we do not have a Robert E. Lee roster, but number 22, Saquon Fagg, who had the interception earlier, gives up some yardage there, and he was there. He just couldn't quite get his hands in the way.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was burnt big time. He was there, but he just couldn't quite get his hands on the football. Deepest penetration of the night for Robert E. Lee into the Trojan territory, and they got it at the Trojan 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Rolling out again. He hits number 11, and he's down close to the 10-yard line, and Boyd makes the tackle right there. Wally, that wide receiver just ran out 5 yards and turned around.
He did.
And the quarterback just kind of faked the handoff and then just threw it to him. So not a spectacular route, not a coagulated offensive scheme there. Just you go out and turn around in that dead spot, and I'll throw it to you.
And just from up here, and we're way up here, that offensive line for Robert E. Lee is pretty stout, buddy.
They're big. They're big. First and 10 from the 12. Around the left side, Trojans are all over it. Number 8, Damian Hart, meets him in the backfield. What a great angle Hart took that time from his linebacking position, and made a really good play.
Yeah, and Zion Grady was there with him too, so good play by both those players.
That might have been number 9. It was 9 or it was 8 or 9. I don't know. Could have been Givens.
Yeah.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13. Quarterback rolls out again, and he's got green grass. He's going to keep it. Trojans unable to keep the edge on that left side as the Wally, the fake to the running back to the left, had our defensive end just crashing down the line of scrimmage. So when the quarterback rolled out to the right, we had no defensive end presence at all. He was chasing the running back who did not have the ball. And so there's your quarterback out to the right. A little discipline right there.
Yep.
You got to keep your discipline. You got what Coach Hogan used to say, you got to stay home, sonny boy. Remember?
Yes, sir. And that quarterback's a running gunner, I tell you.
3rd and 2, straight dive play. And number 2, what I would call the scat back for Robert E. Lee, is up near first down yardage, and this probably going to be a 1st and goal for Robert E. Lee at around the Trojan 2-yard line, and it is. 1st and goal, Robert E. Lee at the Trojan 2. This may be the first touchdown of the night. Coach Hambright wants to talk it over. Timeout Trojans. Timeout Trojans. With 1:29 in the first quarter, Charles Henderson leads Robert E. Lee 3-0. But the Generals have it 1st and goal at the Trojan 2. We'll be right back.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy.
Welcome back. 1st and goal, Robert E. Lee. They trailed the Trojans 3-0 here early. When minute 29 left, first quarter. Trojans just took their first time out of the game. Trojans got a little more beef up front now. Maybe a goal line defense. Quarterback keeper around the left side. He's still going, and the offensive line pushes him in.
Got him in.
Initially, Wally, the defensive players for the Trojans stood up the quarterback short of the goal line, but you got to pat that offensive line of Robert E. Lee on the back because they did not stop driving. They took the pile and moved it into the end zone.
Yeah, and Robert E. Lee, during that timeout, put in a Wildcat package, so that was number 12 that was not the quarterback.
Right.
got the ball and ran it on in.
6-3, Robert E. Lee, the first lead of the night for the Generals. And they will try a point after touchdown with no defenders, a dead kick. The big play for the Generals was the deep pass on the right side, which netted the Generals about 40 yards on a third down play on this right side right here in front of us, which kept the drive alive and gave them some momentum. You could kind of see once they hit that 35 or 38-yard pass down this right side, the offensive line and the running backs and the quarterback, they were sprinting up, man. You could see them. They just gave them energy. It gave them energy. Look, we done hit a long pass. And here they go. But with 1:19 left here in the initial game of the C Spire Troy Cable Jamboree, Robert E. Lee leads the Trojans 7-3. Robert E. Lee's going to be 7A, Wally.
Yep, they moved up.
And Charles Henderson just missed moving to 4A. They are one of the smallest 5A schools in the state of Alabama, but Charles Henderson did remain 5A.
But you look where Robert E. Lee, the area they are going into, Prattville, Juggernaut, Central Phoenix City,
yes,
Enterprise,
Auburn.
down the road, Auburn,
Opelika.
man,
Good gravy.
it's kind of like the SEC West.
I know.
You think about it.
And listen, when you start talking about 7A football, you're talking about the Dothan Wolves too, Wally. And when you start talking about 7A football in the state of Alabama, people all over the nation talk about 7A football in the state of Alabama.
Oh, yes.
Robert E. Lee kicks it off. It's a dribbler. Trojans are going to get it right around the 17-yard line, but I believe they'll start it at the 25.
Yeah, the 25.
Is where they've been starting the Generals.
You know, a lot of these spring games, they have all these crazy, quirky rules.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll get all-out war for the first quarter, and then the second quarter you bring in a JV.
Yeah.
You'll see during this weekend live kicks. They want to see how their kicker does live.
And then some like this.
Some like this.
Yeah.
So,
also, Noshawn Smith, number 50, Wally, the senior, is on the line for the Trojans. First and 10 Trojans, they now trail 7-3 to the Robert E. Lee Generals. Parker Adams still at quarterback. Looks to the sidelines to get the play. Man, I'm ready for some fall football now. This has done got me pumped up.
and Will Templin goes in motion.
Twins to either side for this Trojan set. Coach changes the play again. 8 seconds on the play clock. It's going to be nip and tuck, Wally. 5, 4. They get it off with 2 seconds. Adams looking in the right flats, and he's able to make a good catch with Boyd, number 2, and good job by the official right there, blowing that dead on forward progress and not allowing Boyd to get creamed with Robert E. Lee trying to knock him out of bounds. That was a good job officiating by that wing official.
Sure was.
The forward progress was gained, and they were that's when you get people hurt. Nice job by that official on that wing side over there, on the chain side. 2nd and 4. Good pass from Adams that time, just on the long out pattern on the right side, and Boyd making the sure catch. Boyd joins Coleman in the backfield this time. It's going to be Boyd around this left side. He's got speed. He's looking for angles, and he's up around the 38-yard line. He's got first down yardage, Wally, and I like that. Now, how many times, I'm not tooting my own horn, how many times last year did I say, you got to get Boyd the ball. You got to toss it to him, throw it to him, hand it to him, and whatever. And right here in this spring game, Coach Hambright's made me happy. They moved Boyd from wide receiver, motioned him into the backfield, and they handed it to him. I love it.
Hey, I tell
He's
you
your
what,
best
man,
athlete.
Give a cookie to number 4. Good gracious, what a block.
Good deal. 1st and 10 Trojans at their own 37-yard line. Whistles, and I believe that'll be the end of the first quarter here at the C Spire Troy Cable Jamboree. Trojans trail Robert E. Lee 7-3 after 1, but the Trojans have done a lot of good things. They got the ball, and they're driving up near midfield right now. Stay tuned right here with us. Wally Lowry, Neil Armstrong, and Diamond Dave Hennigan bringing it to you tonight. And thank you, Troy Cable and C Spire, for allowing us to do this. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable. When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast.
After the flip in the field of the start the second quarter, Trojans have 2 in motion, 1st and 10 after a big first down in this series after falling behind. A little quick pass to Coleman out the right, and he knocks one guy down with his shoulder pad to get positive yardage, but Robert E. Lee was, they bottled that one up pretty good.
He might have got a yard, Bill.
Yeah, and he did that by bowling the guy over. 2nd and 9. Trips to the top of your screen. Solo receiver to the bottom, and Coleman off the left hip of Parker Adams is your offensive set. Benton Dunn at center for the Trojans. Starting second quarter here. Fakes it to Coleman, and he gets hit. Ooh. Luckily, that was not intercepted. Parker Adams hit in the chops just as soon as he faked it to Coleman, the running back, and he wanted to throw it out to the left, but he didn't have time. I'm not going to call him names because I don't know who it was, but that was a missed blocking assignment. Yeah. Somebody came free that shouldn't have came free, and Pat Robert E. Lee on the back right there. They might have ran some stunt or something. You never know, but somebody did not get blocked on that play, and Parker Adams took it in the chest. Luckily, it didn't get intercepted. 3rd and 9 for the Trojans.
Robert E. Lee with the 4 down.
Trojans need to make sure they account for all defensive linemen, make sure everybody knows who's blocking who. Looks like they do this time. Throwing it deep to Boyd. No, is it intercepted?
I think there's going to be some pass interference.
It is a catch. They're calling it a catch. They're calling it a catch, and you're right. There is a penalty. Wally, I don't know how they call it a catch. The ball's rolling around on the ground. But anyway, he signaled catch. And we're going to decline the penalty. Guys, was the ball not rolling around on the ground? We'll take it. We'll take it. Maybe that's the break we need.
Yeah.
Or maybe I missed it. Maybe he caught it, and then maybe he threw it on the ground. We'll call it that. Anyway, Jawan Boyd from Parker Adams, we'll call it 33 yards down the right side. That's the same play that Robert E. Lee ran against us with Saquon Fagg, and that got them a touchdown drive going. Maybe it'll do the same for the Trojans.
Probably so. I'm going to say.
Fakes it to Coleman around the right. Going deep to Boyd.
Oh,
Touchdown.
yes, sir.
Parker Adams to Jawan Boyd, number 2 for the Trojans. That is a 30-yard strike. Jawan Boyd just split the defenders, Wally, and what was important right there at about the 20-yard line, he stutter-stepped. And when he stutter-stepped, both of the defensive backs stutter-stepped too, and there he went. And he was wide open down the right side. Parker Adams hits him in stride. He never broke stride. Even going into the end zone to make that catch, Parker Adams laid it in there perfectly. A 30-yard touchdown pass from Parker Adams to Jawan Boyd, number 2, and the Trojans pull back in front, 9-7. Now make it 10-7.
Talking about on the money, buddy.
That's right. 10 minutes and 32 seconds left, second quarter. The Trojans pull back ahead. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable. Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
Mayday! Mayday! Hurry to get amazing deals! New Ram, we got them! New Jeep, we got them! And more coming! Our Mayday sale, huge savings, and 0% APR and soon. Shop at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. No!
Welcome back to the Vet. You're watching Charles Henderson High School versus Robert E. Lee out of Montgomery. This is Troy Cable C Spire production. And tell you what, Neil, again, it's just a beautiful night out here.
Boy, it really is, Wally. We had a little rainstorm come through about 45 minutes before kickoff that muggied it up just a little bit. Let's give Nick Pearson some credit, Wally. During the commercials, he hits it 3 yards deep in the end zone again on the kickoff.
On the kickoff.
Of course, nobody was out there, but, you know, hey, 3 yards deep in the end zone, 3 yards deep in the end zone. Nice kick, kid. 1st and 10, Robert E. Lee from the 25. They fall behind 10-7 to the Trojans. Number 6. Zion Grady played that perfect. He moves his the left tackle was trying to block number 6, Zion Grady, for the Trojans, Wally, and Grady moves the tackle back in the backfield, sheds him, and then makes the play on the running back. They're going to grade that. They're going to make all the defensive linemen watch it and say, "This is how you do it."
This is how you do it.
2nd and 9.5, Robert E. Lee. Number 54 in it right in now. That is Zamir Caffey. Throwing it deep down the left side. He's got our guy beat. And he is now scampering down the left side, and he's faster than our guy, Wally. A 74-yard touchdown strike from Robert E. Lee. And once he got behind us, he was behind us, and we weren't catching him.
Yeah.
I cannot see the number of the defensive back who got toasted on that play. He's got his shirt rolled up under his skin right there, but he'll learn from that. He'll learn from that. I just saw lightning in the background right there, and I hope the officials didn't see it because it was so far away.
Well,
It ain't going to affect this game. Yeah, they got us on that one. They got us. Their guy was faster than our guy, and he got behind us and showed it. And a nice throw from the Robert E. Lee quarterback, laying it in there. Because if that defender would have had to slow up to catch that ball, if that wide receiver would have had to slow up to catch that ball, it would have gave our defender a chance to catch up. 13-10, Robert E. Lee pulls right back ahead in 2 plays. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Mayday! Hurry to get amazing deals! New Ram, we got them! New Jeep, we got them! And more coming! Our Mayday sale, huge savings, and 0% APR and soon. Shop at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody! We're blowing away high prices! Use Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Chevy, Ford. We got them! And they're all marked down. Over 120 to choose from. Bring home $350 a week, and you can be approved. Shop PremierTroy.com or come see us. Nobody beats a Premier deal.
I didn't spend $1 million trying to buy your vote. I didn't take money from special interests like my opponents. Instead, I gave you the most valuable thing I own, my time. My only regret is I couldn't see everyone in this district, but I tried. For once, you can make a difference if you come to the polls and vote for me on May 24th. You won't be wasting your vote on a professional politician. My name is Norman Horton for State Senate District 31. And remember, Horton hears you.
Paid political ad by Norman Horton, Echo, Alabama.
I'm Wes Allen, and I've spent years fighting liberal attempts to change our elections. But don't be fooled. The liberals are not giving up. They're coming to try to weaken our voter ID laws. I won't let them. They're coming to try to establish mass mail balloting. Not on my watch. They'll want to establish online voting. I'll never let an Alabama voting machine be connected to the internet. Never. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm running to be Alabama's next Republican Secretary of State. Trust me, when the liberals come, I'm the last coming to try to establish mass mail balloting.
Back to the action. Robert E. Lee climbs ahead, 13-10 here in the C Spire Troy Cable Jamboree here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and good football so far.
Good football.
Good football. The Trojans, of quarterback and wide receiver showing some good stuff, hitting in stride, and then Robert E. Lee comes right back and says, we can do that too. And they hit their receiver in stride. 1st and 10 for the Trojans on their own 25 after the long 74-yard touchdown pass. Parker.
Fumble!
Drop. Parker Adams was not on the same page as Zach Coleman, or either Zach Coleman was not on the same page as Parker Adams. One of the two.
Yeah.
Either way, they did not communicate very well with each other. Parker was obviously trying to give it to him, and Zach didn't want it.
And we were lucky to fall on the ball.
Loss of about 7 on the play. 2nd and 17, and that's the kind of mistakes that you can't have when you play a 7A squad. You're up against a 7A team that has produced 4- and 5-star athletes for the last 10 years, going back to Henry Ruggs, going to Alabama. There's just a lot of premier athletes coming out of this Robert E. Lee program here in the last 10 years, Wally. Adams straight drop. Good protection that time. And I don't know if Boyd didn't see the ball coming. I don't know if Jawan didn't see the ball coming to him, but he never even attempted to catch the football. Incomplete, almost intercepted up near midfield. But number 2, Jawan Boyd, never made a play on the football. I don't even know if he knew it was being thrown his way.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw it, Neil.
3rd and 17. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Adams looking toward the sideline, wanting a new ball, telling they had a Robert E. Lee ball in there. And Parker was saying, hey, we want a Charles Henderson ball.
That could have been a reason that they went to the Robert E. Lee.
They did not reset the game clock, but it's not going to be any problem. We still got 14 seconds. Still have not reached. Yeah, they did. They gave us a new 25. Adams. Out the gate. It was a screen play, though. Jawan Boyd has it. He's up across the 30, short of the first down yardage, but he got all the yardage back from the fumble, plus 7 or 8. And
spring game do you go for?
That's right. No, you don't. It's 13-10. The coaches are spring gaming their coaching abilities too. And if this was in the fall, you would not go for this on your side of the field like this, Wally. 13-10, your kids have went out and went bang, bang, bang with a 7A program. Even though it's a spring game, you coach them correctly and you punt this away.
And Hayden Bush, number 19, he is the long snapper again this year. Did a great job last year.
And this will be a dead play. Wherever he catches it is where they'll scrimmage. Good snap from Bush. Pearson kicks it away. Nice. Good spiral. And Robert E. Lee will get it somewhere around the 34-yard line. And Pearson with a nice kick. And now we need the defense to stand strong. We had a 3-and-out to start the game, and then an interception on the second possession. Now, the last couple possessions, Robert E. Lee has showed the ability to move the ball against the Trojans. But we've also shown the ability to stop them.
Yeah.
So we need to bow our neck right here and get back to being a dominant defense. 1st and 10 Generals at their own 34.
You wonder now, does the Generals go back to the same bucket and throw a long play like they did on the last touchdown?
I'll tell you what, number 8, 85, gets behind our guys. No, ain't nobody catching him. We got to keep him in front of us. Boyd on a little fake blitz, and they hit the running back out of the backfield. Incomplete.
Ooh, I'm glad he dropped it, because if he'd have caught it, he had nothing but green pasture.
Well, not too good of a pass right there. He kind of threw it behind him just a little bit and a little bit low towards his knee. Catchable ball, like you said, but not a perfectly thrown pass. When you're throwing it 3 yards, you're supposed to be able to just pop it right in their hands, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 10. You're right, though, Wally. Thank goodness it was incomplete, because he would have been up near first down yardage, wouldn't he?
Sure would have, buddy.
3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. 1 running back and 1 receiver to the top. 2nd and 10, Trojan defense needs to get a sack right here. Quick out to the left. Good throw and catch by the Generals, and he's just short of the 40. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 5. And that's one of those plays, Wally, where you say, hey, good throw and catch by the Generals, good positive play, but you can also say, Good play by the Trojan defense. They kept it in front of them. They minimized the effort to a 4-yard gain. You know, good. So you can say good deal on both squads on that play. 3rd and 6. 3 down linemen. Trojans in max coverage here. They drop 8. Incomplete. Number 1 from Robert E. Lee just dropped the ball, Wally. He ran out to the first down yardage, stopped and turned around, and the ball was right in his hands.
Well, good defensive stance by the Trojans. I think that's probably about our second 3 and out that the Trojans put on. If you do a lot of those during the game, you're going to win some games, buddy.
Yep, 2 drop passes from the Generals that time helped the Trojans, but still, it goes in the books as a 3 and out, right?
3 and out. You know, Neil, I look at all the past of these Troy Cable C Spire Spring Classics, and as Coach Hambright said on our show the other night, spring games used to be huge, but the Alabama High School Athletic Association changed the rules last year that said, hey, if you do not want to play a spring game, we're going to give you an extra week practice.
Yeah, they kind of hampered these spring games, didn't they?
Oh, my goodness, cause
it's more. If you look at it from a coaching standpoint, it looks more beneficial in the fall.
Yeah.
So you can understand why this is not a 10-team event like it has been in the past. You can understand. Jawan Boyd deep for the Trojans. He catches it like a center fielder at about the 28-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will scrimmage. Trojans trail 13-10. They've had the lead twice in this game. 6:28 left before the half. Coleman has gone the distance at running back for the Trojans. Parker Adams has gone the distance at quarterback for the Trojans. Not a ton of substitutions on the offensive side of the ball, Wally. Right out of the gate.
Not right out of the gate, like you said, Neil.
Templin in motion. Fakes it to Coleman. He's going to hit Templin in the flats.
Oh.
Just off his fingertips, Wally. Even if he would have caught that, he may have just got 2 yards up to the 30. But you still want that reception in the bag, right?
Exactly. And it was just in Will's hands. I don't know if you heard pitter-patter from Robert E. Lee or just...
May have. But if he does catch it, it's 2nd and 8. And now it's 2nd and 10. So anything is, anytime you can get a couple yards, you need to get it. I'd like to see that play hit a little quicker instead of running it all the way out to the sidelines. Down the middle. This is Carson. Oh, that's got to be targeted. Yeah, they got it. Helmet to helmet by Robert E. Lee. And obvious calls. The back judge is on it, too.
Great play by Carson. Just right there in the breadbasket.
And good throw by Parker, too. You know, when a guy's wide open like that, sometimes that's one of the harder throws. Oh, my gosh, Khalil's wide open. I cannot miss this one. You know, that goes through your mind.
Exactly.
But Parker Adams was able to lay it in there perfectly. And the penalty yardage will be assessed. It'll be a tack-on penalty. And that was an easy one for the officials. The back judge and the side judge was in on that one. You can't use the crown of your helmet to ram another player's helmet.
If that Robert E. Lee player needs to know if that was on a Saturday afternoon, he'd be sitting on the sideline right now because they
That's right.
Review it and eject him.
Yep. 1st and 10 Trojans after the big throw and catch to Khalil Carson plus the 15-yard tack on, and they are in Robert E. Lee territory at the 42. Again across the middle. Boyd said, I don't want none of that. I'm not trying to catch that ball.
Yeah.
I am not trying to catch that one because I do not want to get lit up. And lets it fall incomplete over the middle. And, guys, have we just abandoned the run game?
Yeah.
Coleman had one good run right off left guard, one good run around the right side, 2 bad runs around the left side, and that's been it. That's been it for the run game. What is that, 5 rushes that I can think of? Fakes it to Coleman again. He hits Carson in the flat.
Oh, he's open, and he's got it.
He did what I like, Wally. He got upfield. Instead of dancing, a lot of times when those slot receivers catch that ball, they start dancing at the line of scrimmage. Do I want to go left? Do I want to go right? He caught that ball and just sprinted up the field, and I like that.
I wonder if Parker Adams now will give a hard count, 3rd and about 3 or 4 yards. He
Boy,
did that
we
a
were
lot
good.
last year.
Him and Benton Nunn were good at that last year, weren't they?
We stole so many yards last year off
sure did.
that two-hand clap.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do it that time.
But Coleman's got it. And he gets good yardage right off right guard. And just when I said, have we abandoned the running game, of course, the football gods set up a third and 2.
Third and 2, exactly.
So we run it. And nice job by that front from the offensive side right there, opening a hole, and Coleman just burst through for about 11-yard gain, and the Trojans are marching the ball down the field, Wally.
I tell you, Adam seems so much calmer now. You know, you get 1 year under your belt. And
We're going to try it again. This time it didn't work. Oh, he's still alive. 2 defenders for Robert E. Lee broke through into the backfield, and before Parker could even hand it off, they were on Coleman. There was no chance on that play. I have not watched this team block enough yet. I don't have my bearings about this offensive line yet, but that was 2 missed assignments on that play.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they just got beat that bad that quick. That was 2 missed assignments. Parker looking. He's got Khalil. And good throw and good catch. Big lick from Robert E. Lee there. And that's two jarring tackles on Khalil Carson.
Yeah.
And he's got to be feeling that, Wally. He's got to be feeling those. Big hits from Robert E. Lee. 3rd, and let's call it 10 from the 17-yard line. And if we don't make this, Pearson can tie this game at 13.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't need to try to bite off more than we can chew and throw an interception is what I was saying. And we don't. We throw a safe pass. And Boyd makes 3 guys miss, and he is your most athletic guy on the field. Get him the ball. And what looked like a loss on the play, Boyd jukes and jives and makes 2 people miss, and he gets first down yardage around the left side.
I tell you what,
John Boyd is dripping with athletic ability, Wally.
Good gracious.
With 3:30 in the second quarter before the half, Charles Henderson threatening to take the lead. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Can our offensive line man up right here and push them back so that Coleman can score? Busted play. Parker gets it back to the line of scrimmage. And just when you don't want to bust a play on 1st and goal, we lose a yard. Come on, guys. Gracious.
Now, look at Boyd. He's just going to be a junior this year, so we give him 2 more years, you know. So
Yeah, that's right. Coleman goes off the left hip of Adams this time. 2nd and goal. It's got to be something quick hitting. We're throwing it. Jawan Boyd. And
going to be a flag there.
I think you're going to have interference, Wally. And that'll be half the distance.
But it's not automatic first
It
down.
is not like college and the pros. That's a big misconception of the fans in high school football is they think the pass interference is an automatic first down in high school, and it's not. This will be half the distance, and they'll replay the down. Now, in college and in pro, automatic. Boyd is, you got a real good chance of him coming down with the ball on that throw, and you got to think he's not going to let it get intercepted. I would love to see us get up under center right here and run a play.
He caught it. Yes, sir. Touchdown.
1 foot in. Jawan Boyd climbs the ladder, grabs the ball, and comes down with 1 foot in the end zone. And that's all it takes is 1 in high school. And Parker Adams, 2 times to Boyd in the right corner, and they were 50%. 1 out of 2 right there, and that's all we needed. The Trojans take the lead, 16-13, with the point after pending. David Hennigan and I talked about that on the ride over here, where a lot of times last year Parker just said, "Jawan, where are you? I'm going to throw it up, and you go up and get it." And they practiced that a lot last year.
Well, I didn't get a ride over here.
You didn't?
I didn't.
That's because you wouldn't answer your phone.
Oh, is that the reason? Huh? Okay.
17-13 Trojans. 2:32 left before the half. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Quinn Hamright, head football coach and athletic director for Charles Henderson High School. Please come out and join us for the C Spire Troy Cable Spring Classic, May 20th, May 21st, as we take on Lee High School Friday night, May 20th.
On May 21st at 3:30, we have Hillcrest versus Selma. At 7 p.m., we have Flomaton versus Greensboro.
Games will also be live streamed on Troy Cable, Channel 2. Be there.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas. We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them. You're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio, and Arkansas. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow. How many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%?
Yes.
Wow. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy? Welcome back to the action, folks, here at Veteran Memorial Stadium in beautiful Troy, Alabama. Charles Henderson on top, 17-13 against the 7A Robert E. Lee Generals.
Great football right here, Wally. This has been fun so far. Both teams showing the ability to move the ball and score. That's got to be grounding, guys.
That is grounding all day long. Look at every coach. There he goes.
And the referee got it. And you know what, Wally? Let's talk about this. These kids, they watch the NFL and they watch, the college and all, and they see what happens at the next level on television. And so you can't blame them for doing what they see on television. In college, they say, hey, I'm out of the pocket, whoop. And he's out of the pocket, whoop. But in high school, you just can't.
Okay, the nearest player for Robert E. Lee was a Dothan, Alabama on that play, man.
And he will learn from that in film session. He'll say, Coach, but I saw it on TV. Yeah. But it is a 5-yard penalty. But the biggest thing about that penalty is the loss of the down. You're assessed the penalty, and you don't get the down back. So 2nd and 15 right there on the grounding.
Neil, mechanic-wise, that was a head referee penalty, right? Or
he's the only one that can call it.
Okay, that's what I was
He's the only one that can call it. Now, he can confer with the wing officials, and he should. He should say, hey.
Oh, drop ball.
And the Trojans benefit of the ball on the ground. Going back to that grounding call, Wally, the white hat, he's in charge of the quarterback.
Yeah.
Whether he scrambles left or scrambles right, the white hat is in charge of the quarterback safety. He's in charge of the quarterback penalties. That's his job. And it's going to be timeout Trojans right here. But finishing up our point real quick is the white hat official can confer with the umpire. He can confer with the back judge. He can confer with the wing officials just to say, yes, that's what we saw too. But when the flag hits the field, it needs to come from the white hat on grounding. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. 3rd and long for the Lee Generals before the halftime. We'll be right back.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Mayday! Mayday! Hurry to get amazing deals! New Ram, we got them! New Jeep, we got them! And more coming! Our Mayday sale, huge savings, and 0% APR in soon. Shop at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. No!
If there's ever been a situation where they're running the 50-50 ball, this is it, Wally.
Yes, sir.
We're going to throw it as far as we can throw it. We might get interference. We might catch it. Everything's set up perfect for it. And he just didn't like it. He did not like it. Trojans covered. He's past the line of scrimmage. So we're going to get that penalty.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll decline that.
Yeah, they'll decline that and make it a 4th and a bunch. and they'll have to punt it away to the Trojans. And I'm going to tell you, Wally, Trojans got the lead 17-13, and about a quarter ago you said, Neil, it's a spring game. Do we do this and do we do that? Now, let's go back to that point.
Okay.
It's a spring game, Wally. 1:55 left. You're going to get the ball back, and you're leading a 7A program. Some coaches would go, I'm taking my team to the locker room with a 4-point lead. Let's run this clock out and get our 4-point lead and get out of here. But it's a spring game, Wally.
Yeah.
You try to get some points with 1:55 left, even though you're leading a 7A Robert E. Lee, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And Robert E. Lee head coach knows they are about to get a dose of Jawan Boyd on this next.
That's right.
So,
but again, let's point out that Robert E. Lee has sent players to Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Auburn every year for the last 10 years. Players like Henry Ruggs and more.
Man, you know, back when we were growing up as kids, Auburn had a lot of Robert E. Lee players.
They did.
Man, they had a lot of them.
They did. Jawan Boyd at about the Robert E. Lee 43-yard line waiting to catch this punt. Line drive punt so far from this kid from Robert E. Lee.
You think it'll be a fake, Neil?
Nobody's out there, Wally. They can get away with it.
Get away with it.
That's his best punt of the night. Backs Boyd up 4 yards to the Robert E. Lee 48-yard line, and that's where the Trojans will have it. 1:48 left, like we were just saying before the punt. In a fall game, area game, something, you're leading by 4, 17-13. Run this ball up the middle, get in the locker room with your lead, fix your issues, and come out and dominate the second half. But this is a spring game. You're playing 7A Robert E. Lee. Here's where you take your pot shots, right?
Exactly.
Or if I do, if I'm coaching. 1:48 left, Adams hands it to Coleman off left side, and he's just bulling his way. It wasn't that the Trojans just blocked that play really good. Coleman had good vision on that play and found a hole.
Hey,
he got about 6 yards.
6, 7 yards on that.
And just the opposite of what Armstrong calls, they come out running the ball. And Coleman just gashes them off left tackle. And he's going to have first down yardage. And with 1:21 left, they'll stop it to reset the chains. But then they'll roll it because it was a running play after they get the chains set.
Yeah, we're down to 1 minute and 21 seconds before halftime. So,
but I'm going to tell you what, if Coleman can get 2 more really good runs, then you check Boyd down the sidelines twice, and then Pearson gets you 3 points.
Looks like we got us a holding.
Oh, did we?
A holding call.
I didn't see
the flag.
I did not see the flag either. Doggone it. That's going to back us up. Let's call it 2nd and 9 now after the holding penalty. Well, now they're changing their mind. It's going to be 2nd and no. They just reset the spot to mark it off. 2nd and 13 after they mark off the holding penalty. And the box is on the 49 and the ball's on the 50. We got our box on the 49 and the ball on the 50. We lost a yard on the sidelines. And he's a Trojan. He's got on an orange shirt. Who is that over there? Unbelievable. Spring game for them too, I guess. Boyd makes a one-handed grab right at the sidelines.
Wow.
Thank goodness that box ain't going to matter because that was worrying these two out of me, Wally. Ball on the 50, box on the 49. Just worried me to death. Boyd makes a one-handed grab, maintains his balance, and stays in bounds and gets all the penalty yardage back for the Trojans, plus about 12. 1:11 left. Adams taking the snap, trips at the bottom of your screen, fakes it to Coleman, slings it out to number 11, Khalil Carson, and again, Carson just takes a huge hit to the thighs this time. Not the helmet, but the thighs, and those hurt too. Those deep thigh bruises come easy on those types of licks. Carson's going to sleep well tonight. He has took some big licks. Same formation, trips to the bottom of your screen, 2nd and 3. He looking deep. He's open.
He's open. Boom.
Did he catch it?
He missed it.
In the bread basket. Too easy on that far side over there. I took my glasses off. I don't know why. And another drop for Beatty.
Was that Grady Zine, number
that was
6?
16. Number 16, Beatty. That's his second big drop of the night. And, gosh, you know he showed out in practice. He's in the starting lineup.
Yep.
He's just a little nervous here tonight. And you know what, though? It's kind of like in baseball. Once you make an error, you're like, man, don't hit me another one right now until I get my feet up. You know, he dropped one, and he's going to drop another one. So maybe now he's got it out of his blood. 3rd and 3. This is Coleman off the left side. And he's running to the sidelines, and he's not going to outrun him to the sidelines. And he's going to lose 2 or 3 yards on the play. And he is ill with the Robert E. Lee defenders. And Robert E. Lee's going to take a timeout. I'm going to tell you what, I'll run the ball right here, Wally. I'll run the ball right here and just make Robert E. Lee waste another timeout. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. 24 seconds left. Trojans nursing a 4-point lead.
We're blowing away high prices. Use Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Chevy, Ford. We got them. And they're all marked down. Over 120 to choose from. Bring home $350 a week, and you can be approved. Shop PremierTroy.com or come see us. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
I didn't spend $1 million trying to buy your vote. I didn't take money from special interests like my opponents. Instead, I gave you the most valuable thing I own, my time. My only regret is I couldn't see everyone in this district, but I tried. For once, you can make a difference if you come to the polls and vote for me on May 24th. You won't be wasting your vote on a professional politician. My name is Norman Horton for State Senate District 31. And remember, Horton hears you.
Made political ad by Norman Horton, Echo, Alabama.
They may call offensive there. I don't know. Jawan Boyd kind of redirected himself to get in front of that defender, so it could be offensive, but there is a yellow hanky on the field. It was 4th and 5. Clock is down to 15 seconds, and my partner does not have his phone silenced, folks. He's professional broadcasting here. And the Trojans declined the penalty, and the touchdown is good. And Jawan Boyd from Parker Adams, the Trojans. Look. Hey, Miss Joy.
Yeah,
you're live on the air with Troy Cable.
Oh, yeah, there's Holly. They're watching this game.
Okay.
They're watching the game live in Baldwin County, Alabama.
And Parker Adams has thrown it up in the corner to Jawan Boyd. Robert E. Lee interferes with Jawan Boyd. Jawan Boyd makes the catch anyway. The Trojans now lead 24-13, and the Parker Adams Jawan Boyd connection is hopping here in this first half of this spring game tonight, Wally. How much confidence does Parker have in him just to say, man, you run over there and be better than them, I'm just going to toss it up in the air? Because a lot of quarterbacks would say, yeesh, I'm going to get a bunch of interceptions that way. But he trusts him. He trusts him.
Well, Neil, I'll say this, and to the viewing audience is watching this live right now, my gracious, that is going to be a combo this fall.
It is. And we'll stay live. And Nick Pearson looking to put another one in the end zone. He's having a workout here.
And that one.
Right at the goal line. That one would have been returned as he would have caught it at the 1. But dead ball in this spring game. 13 seconds left. This will be the only time that O'Neal would approve a prevent defense.
The prevent.
I hate the prevent defense, Wally. But with 13 seconds left, let's don't let anybody behind us right here, and let's don't interfere and let them. And if you have to interfere, go ahead because it's just 15 yards from the previous spot. But don't let anybody behind you right here, and let's play prevent. There it goes down the right side. He's got us beat. And
good play.
It will be interference on the Trojans. That's okay. That's okay, Wally. It's okay. He ran into him by mistake, trying to make a play, and he did hit him a grunt early. He bumped into him a grunt early. as he was beat down the right side, and that was Fag on the coverage. And that we will give them 15 yards from the previous spots, what I'm saying. That's okay, because now there's only 6 seconds left. And one more play, and we'll give them 15 more yards if we have to. But just don't let them catch it. If you have to interfere with them, that's fine.
Yeah, you do not want to give up a touchdown.
No.
With 6 seconds left before half.
That's what I was saying. Prevent. And that'll be the half. Nice job by the Trojan defense, interfering with them because we had to.
Yep.
And then getting the stop and headed to the locker room, leading the 7A Robert E. Lee Generals, and 24-13. And I'm hearing a bunch of whistles, but I see the white hat hold the ball up in the air, which signifies halftime. Charles Henderson leads 24-13. Check back with us in 10 minutes or so, and we'll be back for the third quarter action. Thank you for watching C Spire Troy Cable Jamboree here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Wally Lowry, I'm Neil Armstrong. Diamond Dave Hennigan on the camera. Hope you enjoyed this telecast. It's halftime. The Trojans lead 24-13.
Wiley Sanders Strut Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas.
We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Strut Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them. You're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio, and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Hey, I'm Quinn Hamright, head football coach and athletic director for Charles Henderson High School. Please come out and join us for the C Spire Troy Cable Spring Classic, May 20th, May 21st, as we take on Lee High School Friday night, May 20th.
On May 21st at 3:30, we have Hillcrest versus Selma. At 7 p.m., we have Flomaton versus Greensboro.
Games will also be live streamed on Troy Cable, Channel 2. Be there.
I'm Wes Allen, and I've spent years fighting liberal attempts to change our elections. But don't be fooled. The liberals are not giving up. They're coming to try to weaken our voter ID laws. I won't let them. They're coming to try to establish mass mail balloting. Not on my watch. They'll want to establish online voting. I'll never let an Alabama voting machine be connected to the internet. Never. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm running to be Alabama's next Republican Secretary of State. Trust me, when the liberals come, I'm the last person they want to see in that office.
Wiley Sanders Strut Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow. How many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%?
Yes.
Wow. Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
I'm very happy.
Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Mike Jones is a true, principled, conservative Republican that has represented us well and worked hard to protect our values. Jones understands the dignity of a hard day's work, and he knows it is past time for the government to stop paying able-bodied people to stay at home. He knows that election security matters, which is why he voted to permanently ban curbside voting in Alabama. Mike Jones has the record we need to represent us and to protect our Republican values in Montgomery.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
I've always started with 3 goals. Win the first game, win the region, win the playoffs.
Yeah. They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running for the king. Make way for the
Brandon Givens, who's one of the strongest kids on the team, very quiet, very reserved, that does every single thing I ask him to do and more. You have Stephon Mosley, who's a kid that, nobody won't know about now. But after the spring game and the season, he'll be a kid that's going to be at the top of a lot of people's radar.
Give me the crown. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name.
Khalil Carson is one of those guys that's about to be a senior that has worked extremely hard to make sure everything, goes the way he wants it to go.
They all want the name, but they ain't
Get up there, Khalil. Get up there. Let's go.
Parker Adams, my quarterback, he's grown to be more mature, and he takes care of the ball this spring. Damian Hart, the middle, the anchor, the heart and soul of the defense, my Mike Backer.
Every day, now I top 5, I'm a big shot. I'm the one that want to take the big shots, big balls, big rings.
Jawan Boyd, who I will put against anybody in the state of Alabama as the best athlete in 5A. We have Zion Grady, 6'4", 230-pound ninth grader, going into sophomore year. That's big, strong, physical, and he makes sure that he anchors that D line. He's one of the best. He played 6 games last year and had 60 tackles and 6 sacks and 10 tackles for loss. And he was a freshman. He was 14 years old doing all that. So he's going to be a guy that going to do what he needs to do to make sure that his team is successful. Our youth and maturity are going to flip this year. We were very young last year. We're actually going to be pretty young this year. But that was a con last year. The pro in that is, we get everybody back and they have a year of experience. We were a little weak last year, so they've attacked the weight room pretty strong. And, I think we're going to have a pretty good, football season from, what I've gathered and what I've learned and their perseverance through this spring.
We are not the same, they ain't got us running through these things. Make way for the king.
The City of Troy Environmental Services has recently upgraded our traditional garbage trucks for the modern one-arm garbage trucks. But we need help from the great citizens of Troy. Place your garbage and recycling can at the curb with the handles and wheels facing your house and the lid opening facing the street. Place cans 3 feet from the curb and 3 feet beside your recycling can. Place cans 10 feet away from mailboxes, electrical poles, or vehicles. Please do not place leaves or sticks in cans. Do not place trash on top of cans.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
The U.S. southern border was higher than it's been in 2 decades.
As I watch the national security crisis that Joe Biden has created on our southern border, one thing is clear. We must bring back Donald Trump's border policies now. Finish building the wall, increase border security, deport illegals immediately. It's the only way to stop the flow of drugs, criminals, and human traffickers descending on this nation. I'm Mike Jones, and I approve this message because we can't have a viable nation without strong, secure borders.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. EPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
Mayday! Mayday! Hurry to get amazing deals. New Ram, we got them. New Jeep, we got them. and more coming. Our May Day sale, huge savings, and 0% APR in soon. Shop at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
I'm Wes Allen, and I've spent years fighting liberal attempts to change our elections. But don't be fooled. The liberals are not giving up. They're coming to try to weaken our voter ID laws. I won't let them. They're coming to try to establish mass mail balloting. Not on my watch. They'll want to establish online voting. I'll never let an Alabama voting machine be connected to the internet. Never. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm running to be Alabama's next Republican Secretary of State. Trust me, when the liberals come, I'm the last person they want to see in that office.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
We're blowing away high prices. Use Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Chevy, Ford. We got them. And they're all marked down. Over 120 to choose from. Bring home $350 a week and you can be approved. Shop PremierTroy.com or come see us. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast, think friendly, think Troy Cable.
I didn't spend $1 million trying to buy your vote. I didn't take money from special interests like my opponents. Instead, I gave you the most valuable thing I own, my time. My only regret is I couldn't see everyone in this district, but I tried. For once, you can make a difference if you come to the polls and vote for me on May 24th. You won't be wasting your vote on a professional politician. My name is Norman Horton for State Senate District 31. And remember, Horton hears you.
Made political ad by Norman Horton, Echo, Alabama.
Wiley Sanders Strut Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas. We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Strut Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them. You're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio, and Arkansas. Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Hey, I'm Quinn Hambright, head football coach and athletic director for Charles Henderson High School. Please come out and join us for the C Spire Troy Cable Spring Classic, May 20th, May 21st, as we take on Lee High School Friday night, May 20th.
On May 21st at 3:30, we have Hillcrest versus Selma. At 7 p.m., we have Flomaton versus Greensboro.
Games will also be live streamed on Troy Cable, Channel 2. Be there.
I'm Wes Allen, and I've spent years fighting liberal attempts to change our elections. But don't be fooled. The liberals are not giving up. They're coming to try to weaken our voter ID laws. I won't let them. They're coming to try to establish mass mail balloting. Not on my watch. They'll want to establish online voting. I'll never let an Alabama voting machine be connected to the internet. Never. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm running to be Alabama's next Republican Secretary of State. Trust me, when the liberals come, I'm the last person they want to see in that office.
Wiley Sanders Strut Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow. How many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%?
Yes.
Wow. Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Mike Jones is a true, principled, conservative Republican that has represented us well and worked hard to protect our values. Jones understands the dignity of a hard day's work, and he knows it is past time for the government to stop paying able-bodied people to stay at home. He knows that election security matters, which is why he voted to permanently ban curbside voting in Alabama. Mike Jones has the record we need to represent us and to protect our Republican values in Montgomery.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
I've always started with 3 goals. Win the first game, win the region, win the playoffs.
Yeah. They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king.
Brandon Givens, who's one of the strongest kids on the team, very quiet, very reserved, that does every single thing I ask him to do and more. You have Stephon Mosley, who's a kid that, nobody won't know about now. But after the spring game in the season, he'll be a kid that's going to be at the top of a lot of people's radar.
Give me the crown. Say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame, they all want the name.
Khalil Carson is one of those guys that's about to be a senior that has worked extremely hard to make sure everything, goes the way he wants it to go.
They all want the name.
Get up here, let's go.
Parker Adams, my quarterback, he's grown to be more mature, and he takes care of the ball this spring. Damian Hart, the middle, the anchor, the heart and soul of the defense, my Mike Backer.
Every day, not I top 5, I'm a big shot. I'm the one that want to take the big shots, big balls, big rings.
Jawan Boyd, who I would put against anybody in the state of Alabama as the best athlete in 5A. We have Zion Grady, 6'4", 230-pound ninth grader, going into sophomore year. That's big, strong, physical, and he makes sure that he anchors that D line. He's one of the best. He played 6 games last year and had 60 tackles and 6 sacks and 10 tackles for loss. And he was a freshman. He was 14 years old doing all that. So he's going to be a guy that going to do what he needs to do to make sure that his team is successful. Our youth and maturity are going to flip this year. We were very young last year. We're actually going to be pretty young this year. But that was a con last year. The pro in that is, we get everybody back and they have a year of experience. We were a little weak last year, so they've attacked the weight room pretty strong. And I think we're going to have a pretty good, football season from, what I've gathered and what I've learned and their perseverance through this spring.
We are not the same. They ain't got us running through these things. Make way for the king.
We're back for the second half of the Speed Spire. Troy Cable, Jamboree here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Wally, Charles Henderson won the toss before the game, and they deferred to the second half. It was a good deferral, too, because the defense went 3 and out. And now Charles Henderson gets the ball first here in this third quarter with the lead, 24-13 over the Robert E. Lee Generals.
Yeah, and we got a new quarterback, number 14, Bo Mizell. So Coach Hambright probably these last 2 quarters is going to start running new players in there since spring classic.
I see number 17 in the game, Trey Brown, wide receiver, checking in for Khalil Carson. So it is some fresh faces there, Wally, checking in the game. You're exactly right. So the Well, let's go ahead and call it like we see it. Officially, the Trojan starters beat the Robert E. Lee starters for 2 quarters.
Yep.
24-13. And now Hambright is putting in second stringers. Toss sweep to the left. New running back. This is not Coleman. Let's get the number on this running back for the Trojans, and it's number 20, Wally, and that is Antonio Frazier running the ball for the first time tonight for the Trojans. He got 8 yards off left tackle. Really liked the way he got north and south quick.
Oh, yeah.
Easily for those running backs to start running toward the sidelines, but he didn't. He put his foot in the ground and got north and south, got 8 yards. Well, let's call it 7. Bo Mizell, number 14, in at quarterback for the Trojans. Let's try to get some of those linemen across the front if we sub those, Wally.
That's what I'm looking at.
Mizell hands it off. No, he fakes the handoff to Carlisle. He maybe should have gave it to him if it was a read play. Antonio Frazier, number 20. And Mizell, it looked like a read play to me. If it was a read play, Mizell made a bad read. He should have handed that one to Antonio Frazier, number 20.
It looked like the line has stayed in.
Okay.
I don't see any.
I got you.
Just looks like your skill players are the ones that are being subbed.
Loss of 7 on the play. It's now 3rd and 11 for the Trojans. Third period here, third quarter. Mizell rolling to his right, throws it in the dirt, right in front of number 17 for the Trojans. That's Trey Brown, the senior wide receiver. And the Trojans, 3 and out, will punt it away. And Nick Pearson, number 13, will take the snap from Hayden Bush. And we're off and running here in the third quarter.
Yep. I tell you, it's great that we got our kicking team back from last year. I tell you, last year, Nick, man, he helped us out a lot on some deep punts.
Really came on strong, didn't he? Good punt right here. It's going to be right around the 37-yard line where Robert Lee will have it with 10:05 left, third period. And we'll try to get some numbers on these defenses.
I see Clay Grimes, number 5, he's in there.
Good deal. Number 31, that's Javier Ormino in the game.
And 23, Brian McKinley. So, yeah.
A lot of young guys getting in here right now. Good job by the Trojans. Getting a lot of kids on film. 1st and 10, Robert E. Lee. We do not have a Robert E. Lee roster, so we don't know if they've got starters in or not. Flag on the play on the far side. Let's unfold this and see what's going on. Came in from the far wing official. It's going to be face mask against the Trojans. That's a tack-on penalty. 5-yard version. It's going to make it 2nd. Now let's call it 3. Number 0 also in the game, Wally Quay Scott. Straight handoff. Zion Grady with the play off left tackle. He's going to have first down yardage.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Right at midfield. And late penalty. Late penalty. Damian Hart kind of got slung sideways after the whistle. Let's hope that the Robert E. Lee player is the one that got caught. I was looking down there in the middle, Wally, and all of a sudden Hart kind of got slung backwards out of the mix.
After the whistle blew.
Dead ball, personal foul. It is against Robert E. Lee. And let's give Damian Hart some kudos right there. He kept his cool and did not retaliate, because a lot of times they get the retaliation instead of the aggressor. And so Hart right there jumped up and pointed, "Did you see what he did to me?" And they got the penalty. They got it right. So kudos to the linebacker for Charles Henderson right there. And you got to understand where we're coming from on that. We had 3 or 4 or 5 years of rampant personal fouls against Charles Henderson several years ago. So nice to see Charles Henderson on the other side of the personal fouls.
Exactly.
Yeah. They pick up the first down yardage on a swing pass around the left side. Nice pressure there from the Trojan defense on the quarterback, but I think it was designed to suck them in.
Yeah, it was.
And swing it out to the left in the pass. So nice play calling there by Robert E. Lee.
So first down for the Generals.
24-13, Charles Henderson leads coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, they got him.
Be a false start on Robert E. Lee.
Yeah, Damian Hart made sure of that,
Yeah.
but
That'll back them up 5, 1st and 15. Again, let's talk about what we saw in the first half. We saw at one point the Trojans just abandoned the run and said, Parker, distribute the ball down the field and see what you can do. And then we saw the Trojans go back to the run and be effective with Zach Coleman, number 4 from the backfield. So good positive things.
That's a holding, man. They didn't call it.
Positive things, and he throws it out of bounds again. And let's see if they get it. The grounding penalty here. But anyway, good, I liked what I saw from the Trojan offense. At times last year, I just felt like we can't score the football. And in the first half today, I saw much improvement from the offense for the Trojans.
Yeah, Jalen Sudduff, they should have got a holding against him because they had him wrapped around. He had a shot getting to the quarterback, but
yeah, no grounding on the play. They call it incomplete. Or did he run out of bounds before he threw it? I'm not sure. 2nd and 15. Trojans blitz. Here comes Hart. Nice throw and catch, but minimal gain as he only got 3, maybe 3.5. Damian Hart was blitzing straight up the middle, and he came free. And I'm not so sure that that's where the quarterback wanted to throw it, but he had to. He had to get rid of it. 3rd and 11 for the Generals at their own 44. Again, the Trojans mixing in some second stringers here that we did not see in the first half. Number 26, Jamal Downey, the 10th grader, in at corner at the bottom of your screen, standing right on the 50.
Man in motion.
The Trojans only rush 3. They throw it down here against Downey. It's going to be on the spot. It's going to be on the spot. I believe it's going to be about a yard short. Robert E. Lee's going to go for this. Wally, watch what I tell you.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th and 1. The sophomore Downey that just entered the game, number 23, with the coverage and the tackle. We'll call it 4th and 2. The box is 4th and 2, but the ball's spun at the 49. We got to work on our box spot. The box is on the 48, and the ball's on the 46. 47, the ball's on the 46. So 4th and 1, quarterback keeper, and he's going to improvise and get his first down. He's going to out. We got a holding in the middle. We're going to have a holding call right in the middle, a late penalty. Late penalty. And if it is holding, it's going to be one of those in the film session where he goes, why?
Why? Yeah.
Your quarterback's gone, son. Why? Referee signaled to the Robert E. Lee coach, but he has not signaled to the press box yet. We'll get your penalty as soon as they do. It's going to be over on downs because Charles Henderson is going to take the penalty. And they're going to punt it away. Yeah. After the penalty, it'll be 4th and long, and they'll have to just punt it away. Quarterback was just nothing doing right up the middle, and he just sprinted to the outside and kind of outran the Trojans after he got flanked us on the left.
Oh, no, he may, well, okay.
No, you got – the referee looked over there and said, what you going to do? And he said, I'm going to kick it. You got to call. You got to call your shot. You got to let everybody know you're going for it.
Yeah.
So good stop by the Trojan second string defense, and then it wasn't everybody's second string.
Yeah.
There were some first stringers out there, but Coach Hambright mixing in some second stringers on that particular series, and Robert E. Lee may get a delay here, down to 5-4. Need to get it snapped. This ought to be interesting. Looks like they're going to let it go. They are going to let it go. Good kick that time. And a new punt returner in the game. This is number 25, I think. 26. Jamal Downey, the 10th grader, instead of Jawan Boyd. So everybody getting in on the action in different spots. I like it. Get some young kids in there. Mizell with his second series coming out of the locker room. 3 and out, first time. 5:17, third quarter. Trips to your right. Tight end set this time. Can't say that a lot of time about the Trojans these days. Tight end set. Very seldom do they line up with a tight end. Quick pass out to the right. Mizell just barely gets it off before he's buried in the backfield. And he does complete it, but nothing happening over there. They stopped him for no gain.
Yeah.
And did you get the number on that catch over there? Was that 11?
It looked like 11, Neil. That's going to be.
No, it's going to be 16 with the catch. I think it was Zach Beatty with the catch over there.
I tell you, when they pull the shirts up, it's hard to see.
Crinkles wrenches up the numbers, doesn't it? Mizell sprinting to his left against his right arm. And he throws the interception, but there is a flag. There is a flag. And again, I harped on this all year last year. Why roll your high school kid away from his dominant arm and then expect him to throw a strike running to his left? But that's what they called, and Mizell, unable to square his shoulders and make a strike throw, throws the first interception of the night for the Trojans. But there is a penalty on the field. Let's sort this out.
All right, the white hats turning toward the press box.
Pass interference against the defense. No. And we'll take it. We'll take it. It's going to be pass interference against the defense. And that'll be 15 yards. Plenty enough yardage for a first down for the Trojans. And a big break right there for Bo Mizell. Let's see if he can rally the troops in the huddle and get everybody to get behind him right here and get going right here for this Trojan offense.
Did they reset the
box is broke.
Is that what it is?
Yep. The box is broke.
Look.
We don't. He's just going to hold it with his hands, I reckon.
He's got a stick. Looks like Freddie Mercury from Queen with his microphone.
They're going to mark off the pass interference yardage, and then they will reset the chains. And Mizell will rally the troops and get the play from the sidelines, and we'll be off and running again because the pace of play has come to a snail's pace.
Yes, it has. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third quarter.
Again, the box is broke, and he is doing his best to hold up what down it is over there. Bless his heart, I've been on him all night about being on the wrong yard line, and now it's broke. Frazier, nowhere to go. Good defense that time. Good defense that time from Robert E. Lee, and his helmet comes off, so he's got to go out for a play. And the official's going to tell him, don't push that running back down when you go to stand up.
Yeah, they could have probably called it.
Probably could have. 2nd and 12, as the box says. 3:40, clock running. Mizell, quarterback, and Antonio Frazier off his left hip. Going to hand it to him again straight ahead. Frazier nowhere to go. Nowhere to go that time. The offensive line unable to produce a big hole that time.
Yeah.
We'll call it 3rd and 12. No gain on the play. This quarter has really flew by, Wally. There's a lot more running plays from both squads.
From both squads, exactly. Third and about 12.
Mizell looking to throw it off his left side. Just a tad high for Frazier. I think that might have been tipped.
Yeah,
Was it tipped?
probably so.
One of the blitzers might have tipped that ball, and that'll bring up 4th and 12, excuse me, for the Generals. 4th and 12 for the Trojans, and they will punt it away to the Generals. So Mizell and crew unable to get anything churning for the Trojans here in the 3rd quarter so far.
Yeah, it looks like it's been a defensive, a lot of positives on both sides, on both teams on the defense.
Yep. Hayden Bush with the snap. Nick Pearson will punt it away.
Another nice one.
Robert E. Lee fields it at about the 21, 22-yard line, and that's where they will scrimmage it. Number 57 checking in the game on defense for the Trojans. And, Wally, that's the other Mizell twin, isn't it? That's Bryson Mizell in the game, at defensive end for the Trojans. And some more fresh faces as well. We'll do our best to get these names called.
I see Will Templin. He's on defense now.
Yeah, he's been playing slot and tight end on offense. He's now going to play some defense. And like you said a minute ago, number 5, DeQuay Grimes in the game also on defense. Jamal Downey, the 10th grader, remains in the game. Number 32 checking in for the Trojans. That's Zach Glenn, the junior, checking in the game. He was hurt last year, wasn't he?
He'll be a sophomore this year.
But they got 11 on the sheet. So
yeah, I think
that's an error.
That's an error.
Okay. Sophomore Zach Glenn in the game. Sophomore to be. 1st and 10, Robert E. Lee at the 25. They trail the Trojans 24-13, but both teams now subbing. Straight run up the middle.
Okay.
And he is powering his way. The Trojans hit him at the line, Wally, but he just kept pushing and bulling and pushing and bulling until he got about 8 yards. So nice solo running right there, power running by the big bruising back from Robert E. Lee. Same play right up the middle. And he's just a big old boy.
He is.
That's a 1st down yardage.
Speaking of Zach Glenn, last year at the Spring Classic, Blake threw him a pass, and Zach ran about 30 yards, got tackled out of bounds, and broke his collarbone.
That's what I said. He got hurt last year, didn't he? Number 62, Jalen Sudduth, also in the game for the Trojans. I hear the Blue Machine down there having a big time.
Yeah, they having a good time.
1st and 10, Robert E. Lee. Handoff around the left side, the big bruising back, number 26. Trojans, they get the better of him this time. A little bit of gang tackling there by the Trojans. He did get 3 or 4 yards before they knocked him backwards. But
I like to see that when that whistle blows and there's 7, 8 guys in a pile.
I do too. Second, let's call it 7. 1 minute left, 3rd quarter. Quarterback keeper around the right side. He's going to throw it. Incomplete. That was one of those option plays where he could run it or keep it or throw it.
Yep.
That'll stop the clock with 49 seconds left, 3rd quarter. After all the fireworks in the 1st and 2nd quarter, both offensive lighting it up. big 74-yard catches. The Trojans hit from 30 yards out. Just fireworks, 24-13. So far, no score in the third quarter.
No score, yeah.
3rd and 7. Robert E. Lee at their own 40-yard line. Pressure from the Trojans, but he overruns the quarterback. He's got to be short of first down yardage. He's going to bring up 4th and 5. Trojans, good pressure off the right side, but he just overruns the quarterback, and he'll learn from that. 4th and 5, Robert E. Lee. They trail 24-13. What do they tell? They tell the official they're going to punt it.
They'll punt it, yeah.
Clock is moving, so theoretically it will be the end of the third quarter when he punts it. Number 26 for the Trojans in to catch it. This is Jamal Downey. And it will be, this is an untimed down, so I don't see why they wouldn't let him just kick it away.
Go ahead and kick it, yeah.
But they're not. They're going to call it fourth quarter. Let's see what they do. Nope, they're going to make him kick it the other way. Yeah. 24-13, Trojans lead. We'll take a break. We'll be right back for this fourth quarter.
I've always started with 3 goals. Win the first game, win the region.
I didn't spend $1 million trying to buy your vote. I didn't take money from special interests like my opponents. Instead, I gave you the most valuable thing I own, my time. My only regret is I couldn't see everyone in this district, but I tried. For once, you can make a difference if you come to the polls and vote for me on May 24th. You won't be wasting your vote on a professional politician. My name is Norman Horton for State Senate District 31. And remember, Horton hears you.
Paid political ad by Norman Horton, Echo, Alabama.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas. We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them. You're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana, North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio, and Arkansas. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Opening up the fourth quarter here. 24-13, Charles Henderson over the Robert E. Lee Generals, and the Generals will be punting away to the Trojans. It's a dead play. Trojans cannot return it.
Man, he's going to have to improve that.
He got nervous on that one, didn't he? He's a different punter. That's a different punter. Yeah. That's not the same guy that was punting in the first half, and he was nervous, wasn't he? Bless his heart, he got it off, though. Number 94, good job, kid. Trojans take over at the 25-yard line. 11:39 left, fourth quarter, and with the lead. Bo Mizell still in at quarterback, number 14 for the Trojans. And some other young players.
Maybe we can see a spark on this series.
That's right.
I think the only first down we had the last series was because of a
penalty. That's right. Straight ahead, this is Antonio Frazier. Good defense that time by the Robert E. Lee Generals as the Trojans were unable to knock a hole in there. Number 44 was trying his best, Wally, and that is Wes Templin. Wes Templin in blocking for the Trojans and trying to open up a hole right there the best he could. That's got to be pretty cool to be able to play football with your brother.
Yeah, it is.
Wes and Will.
Wes and Will.
Mizell looking to the sidelines to get the play. Antonio Frazier has gone the distance here in this third and fourth quarter so far for the Trojans at running back. 2nd and 9. Frazier again. Tries to get to the outside, but Robert E. Lee all over him. Let's give him no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9.
You know, I look at this game that we watched, especially the first 2 quarters, and if there's one star that I could say has improved, I would say the offensive line. I mean, our offensive line. And we got a lot of new ones.
Yeah, number 51, Jamie Maddox, now in the game at offensive line, Wally, for the Trojans.
And we picked up a couple Corey Bell.
Yep. He couldn't be here tonight.
But Corey, he's going to be a monster.
An asset for the Trojans. Getting him
heck yeah.
To come play for the Trojans, no doubt.
And I tell you one thing, he's on our baseball team.
Yep.
That kid's got some speed for his size.
Oh,
He's a real fast lineman, and the more they work with Corey and then the rest of the linemen off season and stuff.
The line's got a chance to be good, yeah. 4th down for the Trojans. Hayden Bush will snap it back to Nick Pearson. Coming down around the 9.5-minute mark. 4th quarter. No scoring in the 3rd quarter after all the lightning and flashes and scoring in the 1st quarter and 2nd quarter. Nobody hit pay dirt in the 3rd quarter.
No, we hadn't. That's just.
Can these youngsters, can these 2nd stringers and 3rd stringers hold Robert E. Lee out to preserve this win tonight? It'll be a good one. Pearson kicks it away. Another good one. I'd like to see maybe somebody else get a punt off.
Yeah.
Here in this 4th quarter. Robert E. Lee takes it at about the 30-yard line, and that's where they'll scrimmage. Bryson Mizell checks in, number 57, just like he did last time. Number, looks like 20 or 30 is going to line up at linebacker. Let's see who that is. Chris Corbin, number 30 in the game, freshman.
78, Elijah Holm.
Number 32, Zach Glenn, still in the game, a freshman. A lot of young players in there right now. Quarterback keeper around the right side. He throws it. He's past the line of scrimmage. I don't think they're going to flag it, though. It's incomplete.
Yeah.
Let them go. Let them go, guys. Again, youngsters in the game. Is that 58 at right tackle? See, that is Ty Cunningham, the 9th grader at right tackle, number 58, Ty Cunningham. Number 33 in at corner, that is Damian Walker. Damian Walker, number 33 in the game for the Trojans. Good seeing these youngsters get on the field. Quarterback drops straight back. He surveys the field. Plenty of time right here. Mizell on chase. And they sack him.
Sir.
They sack him.
Number 5.
Number 5,
baby.
and also number 24, Wally. Number 24, that is C.L. Seiler along with him.
K. Grimes also in on the tackle.
Quay Grimes and C.L. Seiler with the sack. Loss of 4 on the play. Big time play right there from those young Trojans.
Now, Quay played a little bit last year.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. And he may even get back to the starting lineup. Swapping players in and out now on the Robert E. Lee side as well. Under 7 minutes now, 4th quarter. Straight drop. Holding there on the left side. They're going to let it go. Good move by the quarterback in the open field. Nice tackle in the open field right there. He beat one of our guys one-on-one, but he did not beat the second guy one-on-one.
And that's Quay Grimes again on the tackle. Back-to-back tackles.
Yep. It'll be 4th down for Robert E. Lee after the long scramble, and they will punt it away. And look at the coaches congratulating that young defense. I love that. All 5 coaches met those young players out on the field to congratulate them on the stop. Good stuff. Good stuff. Man, I'm ready for football season now.
Yeah, me too.
We come and do this spring stuff, and I get all fired up, and they got 2.5 months, 2.5, 3 months before football. Robert E. Lee has elected to punt it away. Number 26 back for the Trojans. This is Jamal Downey, sophomore. Under 6 minutes in the contest now. Coming down around the 5-minute mark, actually.
Yeah, I don't understand the clock issue here in the 4th.
No, yeah, well. 4th and 6 for the Rebels. They'll punt it away. Hopefully.
Good gracious.
Taking them for, and then they're not going to penalize them for a delay. These are young kids trying to get it right. Spring game. I don't even think the play clock ran. Now that's the kicker that kicked in the first half.
Yeah.
There you go. This is Jamal Downey with the catch, and the Trojans will scrimmage it from about the 34-yard line. See if we get any new fresh faces in with 4:19 left in the contest. That looks like the same set that was out there last offensive series. Antonio Frazier, Bo Mizell, number 28, Dertavius Lee in the game at wideout for the Trojans now. Look, if we missed your son's name and number, we apologize. We're doing our best to get everybody's name called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even see what the flag was.
Two guys went and two guys didn't on the line.
I guess that would be.
Mizell wasn't ready for the snap either. I think this is Barron in at center, so a little different cadence. A little different cadence with Barron snapping instead of Benton. Mizell rolling to his left, and great catch. This is number 17, Trey Brown with the catch. And again, the Trojan coaching staff rolling our quarterback out, against the grain right there, but Mizell able to get it to one of his receivers. Under 3 minutes now. Under 3 minutes. Rolling clock. Rolling clock. First down Trojans up near midfield. Mizell looks. Hands it to Frazier off the left side. He's got room. He stiff arms one guy. He's got first down yardage, Wally. And he's inside the 40-yard line of the Robert E. Lee Generals. 2:30 left. First down Trojans.
See Blake
Lowry, number 18, checking in for Mizell at the quarterback position. Blake Lowry now in at quarterback for your Trojans. And this is a little throwback moment for me, partner. I can see Noah standing down there just like it was yesterday, and now we got Blake down there.
Yep.
What a surreal moment.
Yeah, it is.
Timeout on the field for the Trojans. Personnel just wasn't exactly like they wanted it. We'll take a quick timeout. Hope you're enjoying this Troy Cable C Spire Jamboree. We'll be right back.
The City of Troy Environmental Services has recently upgraded our traditional garbage trucks for the modern one-arm garbage trucks. But we need help from the great citizens of Troy. Place your garbage and recycling can at the curb with the handles and wheels facing your house and the lid opening facing the street. Place cans 3 feet from the curb and 3 feet beside your recycling can. Place cans 10 feet away from mailboxes, electrical poles, or vehicles. Please do not place leaves or sticks in cans. Do not place trash on top of cans.
The U.S. southern border was higher than it's been in 2 decades.
As I watch the national security crisis that Joe Biden has created on our southern border, one thing is clear. We must bring back Donald Trump's border policies now. Finish building the wall, increase border security, deport illegal.
First and 10 Trojans, Blake Lowry in the shotgun. He surveys, throws it deep. He's got a guy. Incomplete. He's trying to hit Mizell on the left side, or was it intercepted? I see a back judge chopping it. I see the back judge chopping it over the top of his head, which tells me it was a turnover. So Lowry tries to hit Mizell on the go route down the left side, and the safety steps in front of it and takes it away. So interception by the Trojans. Good try by Blake Lowry trying to hit number 14, Mizell, down the left side, coming out of a timeout. You know they set that up in the timeout. But incomplete, intercepted, and Robert E. Lee takes over with 1:30 left on the clock. Trojans lead 24-13. Absolutely no score so far in the third and fourth quarter. The second stringers and the third stringers have not been able to touch pay dirt to ring the bell here in the third and the fourth quarter. Well, penalties, incompletions, good defense, whatever. Just nobody scored so far. They run it off the left side. He's got room. He's got more room. He's juking and jiving. He's out of bounds. up around the 22-yard line. Under a minute now. Under a minute. Wally, the Trojans are going to win this one. 7A Robert E. Lee has come into Veterans Memorial Stadium for this C Spire Troy Cable Jamboree, and the Trojans are going to win the game.
Yep, and I tell you that's a
Number
good feather in your
number
cap.
84, K.J. Johnson, the ninth grader, now in the game.
A good feather in your cap, you know.
Roll out by the quarterback. He hits a connection. Good tackle right there. That's number 37 on the tackle. What sure tackle? That's Tristan Hobdy, the ninth grader, number 37 with the tackle. And that'll be the last play of the game. The Trojans are going to win it 24-13 here tonight. Thank you for tuning in to the C Spire Troy Cable Jamboree here. The Trojans victorious 24-13. Both first string squads for Robert E. Lee and Charles Henderson really kind of showed what their potential was in the first and second quarters, and the second stringers and the third stringers just could not ring the bell in the third and the fourth quarter. So the Trojans are getting out of here with a 24-13 lead. Wally, give me some highlights.
Man, I tell you, Neil, the first string for Charles Henderson Trojans, and I'm saying offense and defense, is a complete turnaround from last year. So when we get ready to come back in the fall, I see good things happening for the Charles Henderson Trojans, just based on what I saw here tonight.
Yeah, and hey, let's have a very productive weight room summer and really get strong over these next 2.5 months and even be better coming into fall camp in August.
Exactly.
Wally Lowry, Neil Armstrong, Diamond Dave Hennigan on the camera. We appreciate you watching this C Spire Troy Cable broadcast of the Spring Jamboree, the old Trojan Classic. Charles Henderson gets the best of Robert E. Lee tonight, 24-13. We appreciate you watching. Over and out. Wally and I will not be in tomorrow, but Troy Cable, C Spire will have some great games tomorrow. Check them out live on Facebook, live on Channel 2, Troy Cable. But for now, Wally, signing out.
See ya.
The U.S. southern border was higher than it's been in 2 decades.
As I watch the national security crisis that Joe Biden has created on our southern border, one thing is clear. We must bring back Donald Trump's border policies now. Finish building the wall, increase border security, deport illegals immediately. It's the only way to stop the flow of drugs, criminals, and human traffickers descending on this nation. I'm Mike Jones, and I approve this message because we can't have a viable nation without strong, secure borders.
When you think Troy Cable, think of a world-class network. Think of friendly, local customer support experts. Think of reliable internet, phone, television, and security for your home or business. Most importantly, think of a hometown company connecting its community. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. EPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Take the worry out of Wi-Fi with managed Wi-Fi from Troy Cable. Say goodbye to dead zones. Automatically update outdated technology. Get the most of your signal with specialized access points. With worry-free Wi-Fi from Troy Cable, you can enjoy a full-strength signal reaching every corner of your home. Think fast. Think friendly. Think Troy Cable.
Mayday! Mayday! Hurry to get amazing deals! New Ram, we got them! New Jeep, we got them! And more coming! Our Mayday sale, huge savings, and 0% APR in soon. Shop at PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
I'm Wes Allen, and I've spent years fighting liberal attempts to change our elections. But don't be fooled. The liberals are not giving up. They're coming to try to weaken our voter ID laws. I won't let them. They're coming to try to establish mass mail balloting. Not on my watch. They'll want to establish online voting. I'll never let an